Haley, you had a story that you pulled together for the Awesome Music Project called What a Feeling. Can you give us a little breather into that one?
It's so funny because I still listen to it every single day on my workout playlist. But so growing up, my mother used to come inside my room to wake me up for school. And just the first thing she'd do would put music on. And then she was a group fitness instructor. So she'd put music on, get me out of bed, start playing music and dance. And that would be like my pre-performance routine for school. And then we go to the cottage and there was this like glass door that I used as a mirror. And I used to play What a Feeling and watch Flashdance and dance to it. And I still, even when I'm giving presentations, I still talk about that song because it's the lyrics. Take your passion, make it happen. It's just the tempo of it. It's the upbeatness of it. The fact that it's 80s. Who doesn't love 80s? And,
absolutely.
And I don't know, it keeps me in a good mood. If I'm in a bad mood, it puts me in a good mood.
I should tell you, Haley, the emojis went, all the little hearts came up on Facebook Live when you started talking about the 80s. It's true. Absolutely.
I like your quote in your story, Haley, about music is the quickest, most inexpensive legal stimulant out there. And you're in one of the few states that supports the other stimulants, actually, like Ontario and Canada. So
yeah.
I'm not sure what the segue was for that, but nonetheless.
You did say something else because I asked Jennifer about fear, Haley, and I like to quote something you said in your story. You said, fear helps us light a fire, but we perform best when we turn that into a challenge, which is more of a positive emotion than fear. I think that's a really beautiful sentiment. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
How scientific do you want me to get?
Up to you. This is a science show as well as a music show.
So one of the greatest impacts music has on performance is that it regulates our mood. And if we look at our mood and our emotions, we really have, if I can narrow it down, we have 4 categories. I call them sober emotions. And the S is for survival. And that is where we're experiencing fear. So that's more of like the fight or flight emotions. And those they're beneficial because they motivate us. Absolutely. They make us focus. They get us motivated. They increase certain chemicals and neurotransmitters. But from the research that I've done and all the work that I've done with athletes, and not just in sports, but in all performance areas, the best performance comes when we are experiencing the O, which is optimal performance, which is where you experience flow state. And that's when you can take your fears and turn them into challenges, where you still feel challenged, but you're also confident and passionate and hopeful and, just elated. So that's what I was talking about. Fear, right. I see nothing wrong with being fearful or even angry as a performer, motivating us. And, Jen, I'm sure you can talk a lot about this too. But it's when you can turn those fears into a challenge from a confidence standpoint and from a concentration standpoint, gets you to zone in onto the task at hand and make things happen.